Chapter 1. Dropping out of medical school at this stage was not an option. Where are we heading, if I may ask? My borrowed home? I was raped in a house that looked like this. I was 12. Let me shock you a little. She heard Eve say, I am a prostitute. I was 16 when I got my first house. My fake virginity was auctioned among 9 generals. SKD won by placing a house in London on the table. Dear man, you'd rather die than lose. Dear man, you'd rather die than lose. That guy goes that incredible extra mile to win. By any means, he feels like a god. SKD created the myth that Eve of the golden anklet is only meat for immortal men. My most recent house is a dream come true. And you got all that from sleeping with men? You want me to believe that? Eve's spells of silence had a way of making you stare at her exquisite details. Smooth skin, luxuriant hair, inviting lips, her perfect fingers. Her aura holds you captive, especially when she keeps her voice away from your ears. The courtyard had a magnificent pool with lights around and inside it. There was indeed a jacuzzi near the bar at the other end of the pool and a brass statue of a man urinating into the pool. Music sips from tiny speakers deployed everywhere. I had this pool and the Buddha modified to my taste. At SKD's expense, of course. His pocket is as deep and as broad as the ocean. What does he do for a living? That's a complicated question. Let's just say he's one of those who set up the military era. They wired the system around their personal networks, rigged it so that the bloodstream of the nation irrigates their networks. I don't understand these networks myself. They are shrouded in secrecy, but millions of people are connected, and most of them don't even know where the capital is flowing to or coming from. Like colonies of ants, and all the queens owe untraceable allegiance to SKD. Influence merchant and investor. Yes, let's settle for that. Faith had never seen this level of luxury before, not even in her dream. Eve shrugged her shoulders in a practiced manner, and her silky kimono slipped off her body. She had only her anklets on. How are these hanging up without braziers? Faith wondered. She looked like a goddess. Eve dived into the pool and stayed submerged for a rather long time. Faith took off her dress and came nearer the pool where the lights were so bright. She saw Eve swimming across like a goldfish in an aquarium, under the water for anxious minutes, as if she had gills inside her. As a student of medicine, she had her fears, but Eve swam slowly and gracefully to the end of the pool where the bar was located. She climbed out, and Idera seemed to materialize again, this time with 2 glasses and a bottle of wine on a silver tray. "What's going on here?" Faith exclaimed. She was no longer in the mood for swimming. "Wine?" Eve asked. "No way. This is special. From my vineyard in Cyprus. I'm feeling like a drunk already. This has been an incredible day." My mother woke me up early this morning to discuss my new role as the head of our home. She was telling me what I already realized, but saying it made me sad. Coming to campus today for the first time since I lost my father was so disturbing. I went out there to sob, away from everyone, especially my boyfriend. It is obvious to me that I need to sacrifice my virtue for my family and my education. Have a sip, honey. Last time I had a drink, it made me feel guilty when I was only a victim. You can't enjoy life if you have too many ghosts from your past haunting you. Let them go. Let them go. How come you were packed out there in the wilderness anyway? I was not packed. I was celebrating. I needed to be far from the crowd. I flew in from Paris last night. I went to sign the deed of a place along the bank of the Seine. A lovely house with a beautiful view. I plan to spend my old age there. You are that rich? I spend other people's money. What people don't appreciate is that a head of state neither cooks nor dips his hands into the big pot. Every new king therefore brews his own cronies, grooms his own crooks in the kitchen. We give them a roadmap. My procurer is the grand master of corruption. Chief is a technician who knows where the pending jobs are in the land. I mean, mega deals. He knows the directors, the managers, and executives involved. Very detailed dossier. Chief packaged a deal that transformed the status of one of the new thieves, a novice who never tasted power before. The guy was still wondering where the pipelines in his office were when Chief dropped the package on his lap. At a dedicated party. A typical mind-blowing leap that makes Chief relevant from government to government. I presented the deal on Chief's behalf and helped the guy move the money into untraceable accounts in America, Europe, Middle East, and Asia. I secured my retirement place in Paris from my court. Well, not that straight court.